Okay, so we touched on it in the last lecture, but this lecture, I really want you to understand that there's going to be a lot of things. You're going to click on the insights of your Facebook page and all. You're going to be overwhelmed with data and user growth and everything, but you really need to remember, you really need to get back to basics and understand that the only two things that you can influence is one, the content you can post, and two, how you market that content or how you optimize that content to grow as quickly as possible. So the factor that we can really control here in insights, and the factor that we're focusing on here, is the power. Let me just read it so I don't keep stumbling. You have the most power over the content that you post. It's the content. You need to know what types of content are working. You need to know what types and times a day it's working. You need to know what's in the content that's working, that people are connecting with. Content is the key, and we're going to show you how to break that down using the Facebook Insights. So insights are the way to break down what is performing well and what is not. Remember, finding X. We're just optimizing what's performing well and stopping what is not. And the insights are the best way to measure your success. So when you go to the Insights tab on your Facebook page, you're going to see something like this. And again, I'm telling you, it's going to be slightly overwhelming because there's so much data here. Where you need to navigate and where we need to focus is posts. And we're going to dive into reach, like, click-throughs, followers, all that stuff. But we really need to take a good look at posts, because this is where the magic is made. Remember this little dichotomy before that we went through, basically the microtests that Facebook do. So this is a good example of it. You can see for Ritual inside their analytics, they're going to show something like this. It's going to be like, cool, you had these two posts. We showed them both to 100 people. The top one has got 36 impressions. The bottom one, 36 engagements. The bottom one, we got 6 engagements. So we showed the bottom one to less people, and we showed the top one to more people. And then guess what? The top one performed well in the second microtest, but the bigger microtest, and then we pushed it on to 1,000 people. And then it showed well again, so then we pushed it to another 10,000 people. And this is how you take the right track, You take the track to get the most engagement possible. And you can see the other one, and you don't have to worry if some of your posts take this road, because some of it will. And it's all about testing. It's all about growing and evolving and adapting, and that's why we're using these insights. But something like the smaller, the photo from Ritual would have been demoted as soon as they saw the results for the first micro test of 100 people that it showed it to. And then it showed it to 50. It didn't do well. And it did do well. So then they showed it to another 100. And it probably bounced around there, 50, 100 people. And probably 300 or 400 people saw it total. Whereas the other one, you can see 270,000 people saw it. So a big difference, all based on this insight data, all based on how much engagement it got for the micro test. So you need to come into posts, and you need to come into these 3 tabs. You can see when your fans are online. When your fans are online, you scroll down, you can see exactly what sort of engagement and how active these people are who are following your page are on your content. Not the most helpful one, but cool to take a look at. Where you need to focus are the next 2. So post types. If you come across to the post types tab, once you go insights, posts, post types, it's going to show you the gold. It's going to show you which of your post types did the best. So you're going to see the pattern of the 4 most powerful post types that we went through earlier in the course. They're going to be the top 4. I know it for certain, unless Facebook has some huge changes. But which of those 4 post types perform the best for you? And then remembering in the last lecture how we broke it down further than post type, what is in each type of post. So one photo might do really well, one photo might not. So it's going further than Facebook Insights give us and writing down a list of what does well and what doesn't, and then going out and testing from there. Now, I'm not going to jump into this one just yet, but this is an absolute golden hack that almost nobody knows, nobody uses, but it's going to be absolutely so critical and so helpful for you to beat your competitors and to use your competitors' knowledge and audience against them. And you can see this tab at the top called top posts from pages you watch. So it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go into it in another lecture, but we're going to be able to see what our competitors are doing that are getting the most engagement and getting the best results for them. And we're going to be able to replicate that and use that as inspiration for our own page.